Yes, everybody, welcome back to Peaking It Real. I can't remember what episode we're on, but we're in a new
24?
episode. 24?
I
Is it
reckon
24?
so.
I think it's 24. But apologies for the very small hiatus once again. That is on me. I am taking ownership on that because I did go away. Essentially, what me and Tim said, we're going to start recording on like a Monday, Tuesday to get the episode uploaded on a Thursday. And we were like, yeah, let's do that. And then the next Monday, I went away. So we didn't really think about that too much. So we had yeah, we tried rescheduling, but we're both busy bees right now. It's actually very hard to do. But we're back today nonetheless. And as always, Tim, how are you doing, bro?
I'm really good, thank you, bro. Yeah, things are moving well. Diet's coming along nicely. Gym's coming along great. I've redone the whole layout now. Every time I go in, I keep redoing the layout, but I think I found the one that works great. Uh, yeah, chilling, bro. Doing really, really well. What about you? The time away looked really cool. Have you
Uh,
watched Zack Snyder's Justice League?
I started it. Is that the extended one that's like 5 hours
Well, have
long?
you watched just the normal one?
No, I started watching it.
Oh, just because Bruce Wayne Batman isn't in Wayne Manor. He's on like a in like a on a lake, and
Yeah,
it's like a wooden glass lake house, and it looks
yeah,
like that's what yours where you went reminded me of.
bro. Honestly, it was insane. Like it was, and like I think between me and Lara, I said this. We had about 100 DMs asking where it was. But it was crazy. And I think she posted a video where it was tagged them and their following's gone up by like 220, 230 people, which is class. But it was honestly unreal. It was like as private and just disconnected from anyone as you could possibly be. Like it was all private land, your own lake. Like we could go in the lake,
Did you go in?
private sauna. Bro, no, it was like
Crazy.
-2 when we were up there.
Yeah.
It was so. I thought, yeah, we'll do it, and then it was so cold. I think if we jump in here now, we're both getting cold water shock, and it's just not
Yeah.
going to be a good time. We had the sauna, we had the outdoor bath and stuff, and it was just unreal. And
So
it was just
how
like,
secluded was it? What we talking? Where's the next human interaction? How far?
well, you've got like, I mean, like a 3 minute drive away. There was like a farmhouse. Other than that, 20 minutes.
Yeah, but that
Like,
3 minute drive from a walk perspective, still a
oh
bit of
yes,
a trek,
it was
isn't it?
probably about 15, 20 minute walk. And there was a
Nice, you
farmhouse, but
really
we don't know
are
if they were the
secluded.
owner. But bro, it was like there's three cabins like ours, and there was people in the other ones, but you didn't see them. Do you know what I mean? Because they were quite far apart. So we went for a walk, like we didn't see anyone. There was no cars, there was nothing. It was just there was zero light pollution. But obviously, it wasn't like it was a bit cloudy and stuff. But man, it was yeah, it was pretty surreal, and that's why everyone was like, "Where is this? Where is this?"
Yeah.
Like I put a photo up of like, "Oh, this is great," you know. There was no signal up there either. And then I opened my phone the next day and I had like 50 DMs. Like, where is this? And I still haven't replied to all of them. So they just got lost. So everyone just got on that. But yeah, it was awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really, really needed. And as I said, like, because I recorded a little bit for YouTube. As I said, it's like moments like that, right, make me realize how much I appreciate like just nothing, as
Mm.
in like doing nothing. But it also makes me realize how much harder I want to work to have that more often when I want it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like you're there and you think, oh, this is amazing. And in the back of my brain, I'm thinking, I can't wait to get back Wednesday to do work harder to make this not like a regular thing, but be able to go, should I go away? Do I want to go away? Yeah, cool.
You money is buying flexibility and freedom. That's really what it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Like, that's all it is. It's not having realistically materialistic things are nice and whatnot, and it's not in,
Mhm.
but it's things like going away like that, even eating good quality food and spending more, being able to spend more money on food, stuff like that. Like it's buying,
Yeah.
it's having that flexibility and freedom. Um, like there's loads of like places around the UK like where you went, but
Mm.
I've never seen one look as cool.
Bro, it was
Do you know
class.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But bro, I mean, they've absolutely nailed it. Like the soda is superb. Like it's like you're looking at the lake. Like
Mm.
in the summer, they give you an actual like boat as well
A
to go in
speedboat
the
to go
lake.
around that lake.
Just fucking go around the lake. Like you've got every like in an outdoor shower, like the bed and the like looking at the glass. Inside the actual like hut, it was pretty small. Like, but you don't. What do you need? You know,
Mm.
there was no TV. There was like a small kitchenette. It had a lovely shower. Everything was there. It was just like chilled.
Where did
And
you train when you were there?
so we trained. It was only an hour and 20 minutes for me, bro. So I literally
Oh,
trained and then we went up there,
yeah.
stayed obviously 2 nights, and on the way back, I just stopped at my gym again and trained.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I
Yeah,
thought you
we
meant
were.
somewhere
I
else.
was gonna look for somewhere to train. Like it's up like Brecon, where obviously I don't know if you know where that is. And there was a couple of gyms, but they didn't look anything too fancy.
Yeah.
And then as we started looking for gyms, I was like, okay, this one's all right, but it's 40 minutes away. But if we just travel another 20 minutes, I'm back home.
Mm.
So I may as well just go and do my session in my normal gym.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
Yeah,
were home back home Wednesday by like 12. I was back in the gym and just back to it. But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I mean. And we said it before, bro. When you just love this shit as well, coming home is never like, oh, back to it now. It's like, yeah, cool,
Yeah,
back to it.
yeah.
And you know, having a partner that's like that as well, that also helps.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But no, it looked like a really good time, and it was definitely needed as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's perfect time as well because, like I said, the season kicks off now, doesn't it? And
Mm.
I had a huge influx in coaching, and that was I had a lot of people starting in Feb, so it was like the only, not the only time, but it was like the perfect time to go away for a couple of days, come back, and I was just like I said, just work harder to keep having that there if I want it.
Mm. What's the first show you've got someone in this year? Not posing, actual coaching. Have you got many at the
Well,
start?
no, no,
Or at
hardly
the
anyone,
end?
bro. Yeah, more to
Well, it's
July,
more
like
middle now, isn't it, with the natty season? They keep pushing it back and back and back.
yeah, I mean, it's all, bro. I was looking at it. Funny, I looked at the calendar like 2 days ago of all the shows. It's almost like weekend after weekend after weekend.
Yeah, no.
Like you got like again, you got BNBF, you got like regional BNBFs, you got the northern and the central UKFBAs. You got a PCA naturals that like the 4 or 5 falls amongst them as well. The earliest I actually think is in what I have to double check, but I think I've got a client who's competing in Saudi Arabia. He's from Jordan, which is going to be
WMBF.
no, it's not WMBF. No, I think is it? I can't remember the name of the federation. I have to forgive me, but he sent it to me like a couple of weeks ago. But then he's had a bloody shoulder injury, so he's been like I'm in an hour a little bit. But I believe that's like the last weekend of July or first weekend of August,
Okay.
and then maybe a couple of people doing BMBF. I'm not sure yet, but BMBF is always like a you know.
I mean, I speak solely for me and no one else, in my opinion, but I don't like putting anyone in BNBF at all.
I don't either, but the only thing I'll say is I've got a couple of people competing this year for the first time, and it would line up nicely because some of them want to be done at a certain point. You know,
Yeah.
they don't have massive goals within like placing wise, and they don't really care about going to British finals,
Mm.
and they would rather compete in like that July August bracket.
Yeah.
Is like obviously you've got like the PCA, you've got and I think if you're gonna, you know, if you're only saying I'm gonna do 1 or 2 shows and there is a third optional, even if you don't love the BNBF, I was like, it might be a
Yeah, of course.
possibility,
Of course.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like beginning of August time, well, end of July, beginning of August. So it's not, it goes so fast, bro. But no one in like the heart of England that I was considering it, but I had a couple like I've got like I said, I got people starting in Feb, but it'd just be just like starting way too soon. Do you know what I mean? Like I would, you know, it's like I like to have a lot of time working with someone before they even start a prep. But
Definitely.
when they come to you and they're like, I want to start a prep straight away, you're not going to just turn it down, you. You're like,
Now what
okay.
can you do? Can't you?
And
What
then they
can
give
you do?
you a timeline and you're like, I don't think you're aware of how much time this actually takes. So you have to kind of, you know, it's like you have to have a middle ground somewhere,
Yeah.
which a lot of it is what it's taking. So yeah, it's going to be a good year, man. I think it's going to be a really good year. What about you? Oh, you've got people soon, haven't you?
8.5 weeks first. Yeah, I've got two in that, and then two bros across the year. The natty shows, a lot of PCA. I've got some in PCA abroad. Like we'll be going over to do some abroad shows, which will be cool. Still
Mhm.
back end, well, mid to back end of the year will be the busiest.
Mm.
But I've definitely got a lot more at the start than what I normally have.
Yeah,
It's also natural just having more in two bros and stuff as well because
yeah,
they're
yeah,
throughout the year as opposed to just um, to us are just the naturals. But that prep one's difficult. Like I am notoriously a prep saver sometimes, and sometimes I should say no. But it's almost like I describe it as it's like a manager going to Man United.
Yeah, yeah,
Despite
yeah.
you knowing it's a sinking ship, every one of their managers' egos has told them they'll be the one to save it. And so
I can
when
do
it comes to a prep, I'm
it.
like, nah, fuck this. I'm the one who's going to
Yeah,
save
bro. I know that I'm like that. It's an ego thing, isn't it? It's like, no, he's like, I won't be able to get my glutes in before, every time I've competed, I've missed, and you're like, no, I can do it.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Yeah, so, bro, yeah, it is one of those things, man. It's one of those things. It's just, again, we're men with egos. What can you do?
yeah. So topics today. I had a question on my Q&A on Instagram, which was basically everything that's wrong in the industry. What is right in the industry these days? Because there
Mm.
is a lot of right as well. I think it is getting better and worse. I also had a
Yeah.
lot of questions that were just absolutely obsolete asking about training. Like, bro, it's getting crazy in it. Like, the state of training is fucking crazy.
Bro, it was that reel you posted. No, not reel. It was that video you posted that blew up, the training video,
Me?
the post. When you posted that training, the pull down,
Oh, fucking
you
hell. Yeah, I know.
just
Oh, I
become
know.
the training guy now.
I
I'm
thought
like,
you meant the
whoa.
one where I put about like 5 reps on this doesn't feel good. Bro, you know that post, the statement one I put?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bro, there's so many comments on that saying like,
Is it?
oh, bro, like, shut up. 5 reps on a preacher kill feels good for me. And I'm replying like, keep doing it then. Like, that's not
Yeah,
the point
yeah.
of the
That's the
post.
whole point.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Like, that's not the
Good
point.
job. Yeah.
Fuck me. But yeah, so things that I do going right in the industry. What's anything that sticks out to you, if anything?
Oh, sorry, that's made me laugh. Shut up. Um, what's right? Honestly, do you know what I actually like a lot? Which again, it's something I recommend my clients do, especially like the younger, not younger people competing. It's just like the documentation and stuff. Like just people. I'm a big lover of following people's just journeys.
Hmm.
You know, I know it sounds stupid, but like I don't know, I like seeing post. I like seeing people post on social media doing the shit they need to do, but just for like the love of it. So that's something I like to see a lot. And people like who are getting into it, documenting it, not thinking, oh, I need to be a certain standard before I can start documenting my journey. Don't get me wrong, if they're telling people how to do things and talking in absolutes, then I think, yeah, you're a dickhead. But when they're just people having fun with it and document it, but what I love is the people that do it, but just do it their own way.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, this is what I do. This is how I train. This is how I eat. I enjoy doing this. It could be better, but this is how that's what I believe is good about it. Is the people who have got the right grasp between like doing things correctly, but also doing it within their own like preferred methods per se, as opposed to like we said before, adopting a methodology and just running with it.
Hmm. No, I don't think you're alone in that. I think like the reason why people love watching your YouTube is because, I mean, a lot of them are the same video, but people love
Yeah,
to watch the same thing over and over again. Like they love the daily monotonous of what. That's why we watch Days in the Lives. Like
yeah,
a bodybuilder's day in the life doesn't really freaking change ever. But
yeah.
it's always like, oh, nice, a day in life, a full day of eating. You might have 20 gram more carb in a meal, but it's like, Jesus, Jack's got a new diet.
Funny enough, that's literally what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like the same shit, but people love that. I think that is the benefit of social media, 100%.
yeah.
Other good things. I mean, coaching standards and practices are better. We call out bad coaches, but like I would say, your average coach is far better than your average coach 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Like it is improving tenfold. So I think a lot of the time we're nitpicking,
Mhm.
and coaches are meant to know a lot more than what they used to know. The actual coaching seems to be on the back burner a lot of the time
Mm.
in terms of your specialists in this, specialists in that, or it's almost, how comes I don't know that? Do I need to know that? Like it can be a bit of a minefield. But yeah, I think coaching standards in general is much better. I think something right in the industry is, as we spoke about young people, so many young people getting into it early and doing everything pretty much right from such a young age is resulting in such crazy physiques at such a young age. Natural team bodybuilding, junior bodybuilding is absolutely crazy. You've got people on the Olympia stage at 22 within classic and fucking open so young. Like, the standard in bodybuilding is so high from such a young age now.
Mm.
Teens used to be laughable, didn't
Mm.
like,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's not, it wasn't laughable at the time, but you look back now and you're like, fucking hell, that's like,
yeah,
it's like 10 weeks out. Now
yeah.
your teens are more peeled than open boys and stuff. So I think the standard of bodybuilding is definitely on the rise. Of course, you have the
Yeah.
other extreme where there's more shitters in it, but I think there's less shitters in natural bodybuilding than assisted.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's very funny about I was thinking that when you were saying like about teens and stuff, I was like, yeah, but if you go to a teen natural show, the standard is pretty fucking decent. And juniors, like it's pretty good. You go to like a PCA juniors and you're like,
you've
what?
got a kid with no muscle. The pants are down his legs.
Yeah,
Half the trunks are down his leg, like skew width,
yeah.
like he's not can't put his trunks on properly. Oh,
And you
bro,
got a bit of acne, and you're like, are you assisted? Like, really?
the lat spread's just scapular.
Yeah, like or shrug. But yeah, like it's what we said so many times though. It's like with them being more people within the industry now and more people doing it, there's more, like you said, there's more shitters, but there's also those
Hmm.
people that are like so good, right? And that's like the pro and con of it. And I think we've said it before, right? It's like there's such an overload of information, but there's also so much more information
Yeah.
that when you get into it, you don't really have to guess. Like you can have a full split broken down for you, plus a diet, plus whatever, just built, not built for you, but you could learn all that within like a couple of weeks of just watching some YouTube video or watching someone's, or just going on Instagram,
Yeah.
following someone's split. Whereas I never used to have that.
No.
Right? Like, and we're talking like 7 years ago.
Oh, but say to Megan, the just from us being teens to
Mhm.
juniors, it was guesswork beyond belief.
All of it.
Learning on the job guesswork. You did not go on in like you did not go on Instagram and be able to. You said within a few weeks, bro, you could doom scroll and you could have a push pull leg split and a full diet, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could at least copy that and it take you somewhere. Before, we were clueless.
Bro, I know. I don't think people
It's
don't
so easy
understand.
now, isn't it? It's so easy to
It
do
is so
something
easy, yeah.
right. I think that's why when someone's doing something so wrong, it's like so alarming to be like,
Yeah.
when someone turns up fat as fuck at a show and you're like, if you did that 15 years ago, I'd get it because you might not have ever seen bodybuilding and known the
Mm.
standards. But if you want to do bodybuilding now, you've at least seen someone in shape. Like, that's not the standard.
Yeah, I know.
They've lived
So
on
yeah,
that fucking farmhouse near where you've been. That's the only like, option they've got, that they've lived there and they have no access to anything.
and they're just like oblivious to the world.
They just heard PCA in the wind and they've decided to go do this PCA
What is that? It's a sign. Yeah, I think the standard across the board, man, and we've talked about it. Like, fuck me, man. Some of the juniors and teens are so like they're so on it from like day zero. And again, and I'm sure they all do it for the love of it. But yeah, it's like it is easier to an extent because all that information is out there. But with that is that overload that sometimes can be that like analysis or paralysis from over
Yeah,
analysis, right?
definitely.
And I think that's what a lot of people run into. It's like when you do, and what you said about your question box, right? Is like all these questions about training, and it's so much just like analyzing every single day that stress that it must generate, it must be like
Crazy.
just it must be, yeah, crazy. Like, oh fuck, what is going through your brain all the time? Like when you eating, training, and sleeping, you must be thinking of this.
Well, the questions I had for the people listening were things about length of session, how many sets, volume per session, how many deloads per, and it's like at that point, you're never going to train because you're so scared of training and being fatigued.
Yeah.
How do you enjoy all that? But in terms of like us being younger, like people think post show's hard now. Post show 10, 15 years ago, bro, when you had no idea what to do,
Bro.
like learning on the like people are the information of what everyone's got now is from everyone else learning on the job when you were younger.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
bro, we did not get told what to do post show And
Bro,
how
I
spam is that? It was go and have the cookies and the Mackies and fucking everything.
bro, I get full transparency. After my first prep, I ended up in hospital. Again, I didn't even go fucking crazy, man. It was just like, no, you got to put weight back on. You got to get healthy. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. And I didn't binge or anything. I just ate normally. But bro, within like a week, I was up like 15 kilos. But I didn't even, I was just swollen. I didn't even look bad. I just looked huge. And I went to the doctor. They checked my blood pressure, and they were like, yeah, you need to go to hospital. Like, and I was like, oh, all right. But I didn't realize any of it, but I just blew up because I just ate, like went back to baseline. I ate what I like, not whatever I wanted, but if I wanted something, I ate it. But that was normal. There was not a single person saying you should take your time, you should reverse properly, you should do
Mhm.
this. It was no, no. And then you saw people like intentionally rebounding post show,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
going up 50 pound,
Well,
and you're like,
off seasons, weren't they really? Even
off.
your Jay Cutlers and whatnot, off seasons were off season.
Yeah,
And so you never the only people that stayed relatively lean were fitness influencers and stuff like that. Like your
yeah,
bodybuilders
literally, yeah,
pushed it. The guys in the gym pushed it.
yeah. So that's I think there's plenty of good that's come from all that like the trial and error of people before the people now, and like you see teens handle post shows like fucking like to
Oh,
the on the money or juniors right now, and they are gonna be extremely successful because of it, or have a more successful like return in the long run. But yeah, I'd say that is the positive. The amount of information that's out there just allows you to be so much more on it all the time and just enjoying, like, well, not enjoying, just, I hate the word, use the word, but you are optimal. It's a lot more
yeah,
optimal.
yeah. Um,
It's the best way to describe it.
yeah, agreed. Especially in this country. I think your states and whatnot are still fucking crazy. I
Bro,
think you forget how big the America is. It's the size of Europe as in it's one country. And it's like,
yeah.
you think, how does it not filter around this level of information? But I think, what's the population? Like 500 million or something
Mhm.
across America. So it is so sparsely populated and spread that I guess information doesn't travel as well because they are still batshit out there.
Oh, bro, it's crazy. Like I've got US clients, and when I talk to them sometimes, and they ask me some questions, and I think, how have you got this far?
Well, I think how have you even come up with that question? Like
Yeah,
what?
where's that come from? Yeah, like, and it's fun. Yeah, it does make you realize how advanced we are, like especially in the UK. And I think, funny enough, when I done the podcast with Cosma, he was like, it's crazy how much the UK culture has influenced like the rest of Europe within training. All like UK training methodologies per se, like the upper lowers, and a lot of it is from like it's UK.
Mm,
And I think that's why you do see the standard you see within like natural bodybuilding, and then some of the yeah, some of the like the actual assisted bodybuilders as well. But especially the younger generation coming up now, the
yeah,
standard is, like we said, is incredible.
yeah. I think the UK itself has pioneered. We're ahead of everywhere else.
Yeah,
We might not be ahead always physique wise because I think, as I've spoken before about just drug usage in
I
general,
was gonna say drugs, but
quicker.
yeah.
But like fast forward 20 years, saying I think everyone will
Mm.
probably have caught up by that point and got to that.
It'd be interesting to see what the standard looks like in like the Olympia in like 20 years. I wonder if it will be a lot more UK based people or not.
Yeah. And where what it's going to look like and evolve into. Where's Open going to go from here, really?
You've seen a bit of everything though, haven't you? You've seen
Yeah.
shape, you've seen the size, you've
You
seen
see
a bit of
shape
both.
winning more than it was maybe
Yeah,
5 years ago, but then you look and Derek Lunsford's won the Olympia. So then,
that's the Olympia winner. Yeah.
yeah. But you look who's young and hers and fucking Martin are what, 27, 29.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy to think. I mean, what's Quinton's only 30, I think.
I think he's, yeah, early 30s, yeah.
So like these guys with real shape are still very, very young.
Within open bodybuilding, yeah.
Classic. Do you think they'll move weight caps higher? It's the only way to go.
I think it either go I don't know, either weight caps go up or they're like where they which I don't think they'll do. But the only other option is like, do you say like we want a classic look as in like a softer, more streamlined physique? But then would that be as impressive for most people? Because I know we all talk about like the Bob Parises and the Francis Ben Fatos and all this, right? And they're incredible to look at. But if they stepped on a stage right now, realistically, would any of us go, whoa? You
Mm,
know, like looking back now, they're super pretty, but they would just get like obliterated.
they'd come last in a
You
in any
stop being
show just
small.
from being
Yeah.
soft. Yeah, you'd be
Like the
like,
shape is
fucking hell, he
incredible.
could be amazing.
And but that's the thing, where it's like, it's human nature as well, right? We're always trying to get for more. Like that is the whole. It's evolution.
Yeah,
Like it's why the sprint records continue to get broken. It's why we're deadlifting 500 kilos, 500 plus now. There has to be more.
yeah.
We can't take a step back. But then, what is more to like classic?
That's what I
It
mean.
has to be weight.
You can't get
Then do
leaner.
you lose? Say that again.
They can't get leaner now
No, no, they
because
can't.
they're fat free, literally within the top 10 at the classic division.
Yeah.
So then the only way is bigger, or they go shape wise, but still.
But then, how do you? Like what again, how subjective are you with the actual shape? It's like a rough diesel shape. That to me is like that shape. But
Well,
then you
that's
got like a
should be
Mike
in
the
classic
badass.
currently, yeah.
Yeah.
You go and
You
shape
know?
in classic, yeah.
So it's like again it's subjectivity within a subjective sport.
Yeah,
But then do you just raise the weight cap and then just keep seeing how big these people can get
yeah.
whilst keeping classic lines? And then you've got like a 280-pound classic guy that's just got incredible shape, and you're like, that's the way it's going,
Well,
you
I
know?
think at some point with the popularity and how it's taken off with Fit Model, I think there'll be a male version in the next 5 years.
A fit model.
I think there'll be a division lower than men's physique.
Do you think that will be like men's physique, like when Sadiq was doing it, like
Yeah. Exact same as
that
Fit Model. That
beach
was
body?
that was bikini when they were winning men's
Yeah,
physique. It'll be
it
that
makes sense.
Hollister beach body. Yeah, I think so. Because it's becoming so mainstream that it's so money driven as well that any fitness influencer can do it. Like,
Yeah,
Mega made a good point that your bombshells and your dark sports and your gym sharks, these fit model girls are going to get absolutely fucking swarmed by these because they're so more like as much as we think Laurelie Chap's physique's a joke and Megan and Lara would love to look like her, the
yeah.
average girl wouldn't because they think she's massive, right? But they put the fit model girl on and they're like, that's what I want to look like. So it is just gonna catapult, I think. And I think then you take the random guy, and if you asked one of our mates outside of bodybuilding, do you want to look like Ryan Terry or someone? They'd be like, no, he looks
Mm,
stupid. But if you
yeah.
showed them Steve Cook back in the day, they'd go, yeah, absolutely.
I was literally gonna say Ryan Terry in like 2016
Yeah,
because
then you'd
bro,
go,
I remember seeing him
yeah,
on a magazine and I was like, I want to look like that. It was literally Ryan Terry.
yeah.
Must have been that he had mental abs, but now looking at him now, I'm like, right, yeah, that's a whole new step
Yeah, I mean
above.
they're crazy, aren't they? So I think it will come, and then with that coming in, does that push every category further up and higher up?
I mean, like, I'm sure bodybuilders, like hardcore bodybuilders, would be like, I don't want to see that happen.
Well, they
But
did the
from a
same as fit model. No one
financial,
wanted fit model. Girls didn't want fit model, but it's there.
but it's there, and I imagine that like the actual traffic it's getting is just going to be it's the same as when they first introduced, well, not introduced, but like same as like men's physique, right? Everyone's like, oh, why is it here? But the
Mm.
amount of people doing men's physique, that's why it's there. And then the men's physique athletes at the top are fucking incredible, right? You can't deny that. And most of us would fucking give it an arm and a leg to look like that.
Yeah,
But where it trickles down, and it will continue to do so, and that's what feeds into these federations to continue to grow them as well. So you have to be accepting of them.
yeah, and they'll all evolve. I mean, fit models are like Janet Lang, who won the Bikini Olympia 5, 6 years ago. She's back now doing fit model. She's been retired for like 5 years
I
and
did see that.
doing fit model, and it
Yeah.
also gives an opportunity for women when they're older and maybe mums and they've got families or whatnot. And let's be honest, I don't mean that in a sexist way, but as a mum and a female, they're less likely to compete comparative to a male.
Mm.
Typically, they sacrifice more as a mother. But if you've got fit model, you can hop in and out of a diet in the year, and it can be quite attainable to do and continue that competitive journey onwards. So you might see bikini girls retire,
Yeah.
still love bikini, but want that competitive edge where they can dip in and out of shows throughout the year.
Yeah. I mean, bro, it does. It makes sense. It does make. But then, well, but if
Basically,
you
bro,
do
I
that,
just want a division to come out that I can actually do at one point. All right, that I've got the capability to do. Okay, that's all.
I swear to God, right? I was like, I was like, I wonder if he'd do fit model.
I'm going to do male fit model.
You should hear first. Exclusive. Tim's back on stage as soon as fit model comes back. Yeah, man. I get it though. When do you know when people are like, oh, what's that? I'm like, bro, it's fucking. It's again. It's part of it. I
Yeah.
don't really give a fuck. It's not what I want to be. It's
No.
cool. As long as it's great. Yeah, we got wheelchair, we got fitness, we got why is someone not being so lean and being beach body? Why is that like not
Yeah.
accepted? You
Yeah.
know,
I
it's
think as
still
long as
an
they've put
element.
work in and it requires some level of bodybuilding,
Yeah,
I think the top and the pros is going to be to an extent impressive. Right? Not as
yeah, yeah,
impressive
yeah.
as
It
other
will.
divisions, but it will be. Once it gets finds its feet, it will be like, yeah, that's completely respectable. It's just the bottom of the bottom is going to be. But you've
Yeah.
still got that wellness, bro. You've still got girls coming out.
That's what I see. But wouldn't you rather see that in that division as opposed to going to a show, watching bikini and seeing a girl come out and going,
Yeah,
what the fuck, or wellness,
yeah,
or a classic? You see people,
absolutely.
you go, like you said, where have you been? Have you never heard of it like a
Yeah,
diet before?
yeah,
It
exactly.
is so you expect to see that in like it may not expect to, but if it does happen in a fit model,
Yeah,
it's more like, oh, I kind of get it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Actually leads us on to point two, which was
Yes.
female mindset.
Yes. Which
That
is good.
I said we've both come into we come into issues quite a lot. And we've had
Mm.
a discussion recently with some clients, and it's just kind of maybe confidence around females prepping. And I find females way more obsessed with muscle and size and being big enough for their category
Mm.
than males. And I say I don't know if it's down to how little muscle they can build in comparison to a man that it always seems so like out of reach across
Mm.
the year. Do you know what I mean? Like you're talking
Mhm.
maybe they need 2 pounds of muscle, but they're just like because it's so such a little amount, it's like tentative if they've got it or not.
Yeah. I think right, again, it's been a recent discussion, and it's something I've realized over the last few months anyway. And from coaching more females now, it's even more apparent. They're like, I don't, yeah, it might be a confidence thing, but it's almost like males have almost like like they are overconfident
Mm.
where they think they've got a lot more than they actually do, and then
Mm.
females seem to be the opposite, and
Mm.
they're a lot more self-critical. They're a lot more like, do you think I can compete in this? Do you think I've improved?
Mm.
I feel like I've made no progress in a year.
Yeah.
And that's what you see. And what I also notice as well is like even some of the females, right, who are winning shows at the top, they're extremely humble within still not recognizing how good they are.
Agreed.
And then you got a man coming top five, and he's like Olympia. You
Pro.
know,
Pro
yeah.
next year.
Give me 18 months. I'm going assisted now. Give me 18 months. You know, bro, and it's but then I think we've talked about this recently, right? And I think it's why I'm so much more drawn towards
Mm.
female bodybuilding now because of how like mindset wise, I feel like it aligns not more with me, but they're just so like humble. Well, most of them are anyway, humble, don't recognize how good they are, willing to do all the work they need to do,
Yeah.
and they just crack on.
Pretty supportive of each other as well.
And then that's what I was gonna add then.
Mm.
Like, I go to, but yeah, like obviously my missus does this, right? And constantly she's talking to people. Constantly.
Mm.
Like, oh, she looks so good. She's commented on this, that. They go to shows, she's talking to people like that. I didn't even know she knows. I'm like, that's crazy.
Mm.
And then you talk to a man and he just talks to you about his own shit, doesn't give a fuck about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I've
agree.
done this. I prepped for this. I'm up 25 pounds now. I'm leaner than I'm. And you're like, oh, cool. So yeah, it's funny, man. It's like they don't have the ability, or I don't know, or they just don't want to accept how much they have done or what they can do.
Yeah, I think like in an off season as a guy, because you're carrying so much muscle, you can look a lot leaner at a different body weight than what you did previously. And I think
Mm.
with women, it's obviously you can and they do, but it's maybe when you're self critical, not as visible to their eye. And I think
Mm.
it's just because the amount of tissue is a lot less. I think they then obsess over having enough.
Mm. But I think as a female as well, I think, do you know like in a bikini, right, where your glutes, the glute hamstring tie-in, the midsection, because that's valued so much, whether it's in an off season, you tend to lose that a little bit more. It's harder to see. So it's harder to recognize if you've improved or not.
Yeah.
And then you get so obsessed by it. And I'm sure she won't mind me saying this, but I think that's what's happening with Lara at the moment, right? She's like, she can't see what she's improved on or what she has. She only sees the things she doesn't have.
Yeah.
And she's the typical once she loses 5, 6, 7 pound, she has a great structure, but it needs to be like a certain weight to see it. And
Mhm.
then you can appreciate it. Like we're looking back at photos when she went in 2024, and you kind of almost forget how what she looked
Things
like
look.
until
Yeah.
until the
But
weight's off.
they look, so I always say girls and delts, right? In
Mm,
an off season, they'll look smaller because the crevice between the delt and the arm will fill with fat. And
yeah.
so it looks like the arm goes straight up and they've now got their own delts. Pull 20 pounds off, and then they've got this big bulging delt and a big gap between
Yes.
the bi, tri, and delt. And then the cap comes. But
Yeah.
they lose that in the off season, especially fasted shots with no pump.
Mhm.
It's like a head loss that the delt's gone, but it's not. It's just being girls will look so much bigger when they're leaner. And I say to girls like, a 99-pound bikini girl who's in class A, when she stands on stage, never actually looks small in stage
No.
shots. They still look like they've got muscle. And so, like, you're always looking bigger than you are on stage. And it's because of the body fat and the shape. But then there's
Yeah.
also, as you said, like, you're looking at such specific muscle groups that win shows and make difference. It's always upper glute in bikini, like more upper glute, more upper glute. And they fixate on that to the point where when in off season, how the fuck do they know if they've got more upper glute when they've
Yeah.
got body fat on the glute? And it's
Mm.
always like delts, glutes, or this where men you can grow quite systemically, and even if you've got a worse shot, you've got 9 other shots that can beat that
Mm.
shot. We'd figure you've got what quarter turns, and if you lose one, it's quite detrimental to then the other. And the bikini 2 shots, and it's like lose one, you've not won the show. Where
I know.
you've got so many shots to rectify it. If you've got a weak rear lat spread, well, it's one of them get in and out fucking quick, but then
And
win
then
up
move on.
front. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah,
women,
yeah.
it's so like this upper glute is winning someone the overall or coming third in a class. Like it's that
Yeah.
specific. So yeah, but yeah, definitely from a confidence perspective, and also just that stark comparison of you've got the guys that literally think they're fucking huge because they've put on 30 pounds of fat in the off season, whereas the girls still like could be that good winning shows. But
Yeah.
they're so tentative to go back into a prep.
But like again, obviously I had Sarah come down on the weekend and we talk about, because ideally she's gonna be prepping again this year, and she was like, "Oh, do you think I'm gonna be competitive?" And I was like, I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "You do realize you like, for anyone that doesn't know, right? She started bodybuilding like a year ago, went into a prep and won absolutely everything, and
Did she
won
win every overall but one?
every overall but one. Yeah,
And that was 4 overalls, maybe four
yeah,
overalls, and lost one overall.
yes.
And
And then she went,
that was an off day. That wasn't because
and
she
that was
looked
off
like
day.
that. Was
Yeah.
because she was actually off, like because she would have won if she wasn't off.
Yeah, and then she went to the US, went to Boston,
Yeah,
won her. She competed as an amateur, won that, cashed in the pro card, and
yeah,
then won the pro show. Like, and then she's like, "Am I going to be competitive?" And this is someone again, but again, it's super interesting with her as well. She's so new to the sport,
yeah.
so you like I was talking to her, and you realize how new she is because you have to explain everything,
Mhm.
like what bodybuilding is, and she's essentially learning what bodybuilding is, right? But then you've got a lot of people in her shoes who are still like extremely, extremely good, who've been doing this for years and years and years, and they might take like a 2 year off season, and then they might go, "I'm not ready," and then take another off, and then 3 years turns into four, and then next thing you know, they're stepping on stage with such high expectations, still don't like have that self belief, and that almost like crumbles them,
Yeah.
and then they start chasing and chasing and chasing. I think you see it a lot, but it seemed, yeah, I don't know, female bodybuilding over the last like year to me is literally my whole perspective on it has changed like completely.
Yeah.
And I'm like I said to you, I'm so much more invested, if not more, into that now than males because of how just like regimented they are.
Mhm.
I don't really have females that miss. Like they don't. They're like they'll do what they need to do.
Yeah.
They have the ups and downs when it comes to like menstrual cycles, and they have to deal with certain things, and but they always like, oh, am I allowed off plans? Am I allowed to do this? I've done.
Mhm.
They're so much more communicative. They again, you don't have to give them a kick up the ass. They'll give it to themselves. They're very self-critical, they're not very accepting of like almost like good feedback.
Mhm.
They'll but they just tick along.
They're
And then
self-critical, but they're self-aware as well. Where
hmm,
men are not self-aware typically. It's hard. It's like drawing blood from a stone sometimes, or it's just
yeah,
like, I'm not saying arrogance, but it's just you've either got someone who you can't get feedback from, or it's the opposite.
hmm,
It's like,
yeah.
fuck off.
Funny enough, that was a topic I had, which I said to you was like annoying clients and like useless information, you know?
I mean, I don't know if you've watched our episode 3 of Flop Gear, my other podcast with my
No,
other,
yeah, no.
but we did
But
speak about when like clients 2 week into a prep or 2 weeks in, they're like, I can do more cardio, by the way. And it's like, I know you can. I've just not done it yet because we don't need to do it yet. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I can
yeah,
be
yeah,
top
yeah.
food if you want. I know.
Yeah.
I've got more Clen on hand. I'm aware, but we don't need to use it yet.
That is, I know, bro. Do you know what? This they do it out of like a piece of like I'm by the way, just to let you know I'm ready to
Yeah.
do whatever. But you're like, I know, but otherwise, if that's the case, mate, you start a prep on 1,000 calories
Yeah.
and do it 3 hours. You know, we have it will escalate, but I know what I mean, bro. I like it's one of those things, right? That sometimes when I do check-ins and I'm like, fuck me, I've got all this information, none of it was useful. And I'm like, why are you telling me all this shit? You
You're
know?
6 minutes into a voice note and you're like, I'm waiting for an actual useful piece of.
But you have to listen to it in case they do drop a bit
I
of like
know.
gold, a golden dust in it.
I
And you're
know.
like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this now.
It's in the
That
last
was
10
good.
seconds as well.
Yeah, the last thing. Oh, by the way, my digestion's fucked.
By the way, my
I'm,
nan died. Oh,
yeah,
but I
that's.
fucking sent it on the hat because of it.
Don't worry. So,
Don't worry about me, boss.
bro, that again, that has put so much money. I get people get messages about that, like hashtags. My
No, it's
nan's
done
dead.
well. It's done well that episode, to be fair. And I think people who do it probably liked it as well and had a good laugh.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to
I
have a
don't think
laugh at
anyone.
yourself. Like,
Yeah,
if it gets you going, whatever. Like, we were massively serious, but in a joking way as well. Like, if
mm,
it does get you going, whatever, you do you. I mean, I think it's
yeah.
mental, but you've got to be able to sometimes detach and say, fucking hell, I literally think about a dead person to do a leg press or a hack squat. Like,
Yeah,
um,
it's funny enough. I think there's almost again. I'm not saying it's because of us, right? But if we are being egotistical, I am going to say it's because of us. But I actually feel like there's a lot of there's a slight trend right now of people removing more emotion from training,
yeah.
and
And
I've
things in
noticed it
general. And things in
in
general.
general. Yeah, in general, like and bro, I've said this again to many of my clients, and people ask me like, I think removing an element of that emotion is such a benefit. Do you know there's people that just like they get as hyped up for a leg press as they do like a calf raise.
I know.
And you're like, I understand the leg press to a certain extent, but a calf raise, come on.
Mhm.
But and then you scale that backward, you make them aware of it, and you go, look, take that little bit of a step back, and their training just progresses
Yeah.
because they're not constantly fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's even down to nutrition. We speak about not missing meals, or I'm not missing this, not missing that. But if you can do that, but also if it comes to it and you can't prep and you're out for the day and you can
Mhm.
make a macro swap and be able to pick something up in a store and not stress yourself to fuck about it, or not just jump off the bandwagon and not be able to do it, one or the other. People either just eat like shit or they just stress like crazy. You can then be in that position where you can go, actually, I could get some cooked chicken, some rice cakes, some fruit, and I'm not going to go mental because I'm off plan for the day. Then you're going to make more progress there as well. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many levels to it. We never once are we ever saying, don't give it your all in the gym, don't give it your all in the diet. But if you can get to it's problem solving. And you're never going to problem solve at that all or nothing mentality, because the problem solving lies somewhere in the middle.
Mhm. But I've had it with people who say like, like, oh, the gym's busy. I'm waiting 35 minutes to use the Smith. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, it says first exercise a cuff raise, and then it says like low incline Smith. And I'm like, yeah, just do something else. Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
yeah, but it's in this order. And then I'm like, yeah, but you can go and do like your carbs now. It's fine. It's not going to take
yeah.
away from like, yeah, but it's in that order. I'm like, oh, so it is, man. It's an element of just removing that unnecessary stress and being able to like be intuitive with those kind of like responses to like everything.
But that then leads into a peak, right? And it's every single show, your tan's probably going to be delayed and run over. If you
Mm.
get a delayed tan and start stressing, you're fucked. If you can just accept it and be in that mindset of, okay, I've done everything I can,
Yeah.
you might get stuck in traffic on the way to registration or something, or on the way down there, and you can't have your meal till another hour later. If you're in that all or nothing mentality all the time, these things are going to cause so much stress. But if you box
Yeah.
everything off, but also just detach slightly, and if you're able to look at the bigger picture, not just
Mm.
what's been your top, what you're told or what's directly in front of you, then you're going to be able to progress far, far more. Same with when you show your stage time will be delayed. It just will be.
Yeah.
Never one in a million are you on early. You're always on late. So like if you've got all
Yeah.
these things in place and body weight's down half a kilo backstage and you've been delayed 3 hours, bro, you're gonna have a meltdown.
Squares bar. Plus
Yeah.
20.
But it's true, isn't it? It is that bigger
Yeah,
picture. Like
yeah.
it transcends into everything. And people think like, it's also sometimes, as we said, it's like when you message your coach, I can do more cardio. Sometimes it's an element of trying to impress someone, and it's trying to impress by
Mm.
sending a calf raise to absolute
Mm.
to beyond hell. Like detach from that, trying to think that's what people want to see. Do it right, and then you'll be right as rain.
Yeah, and I think again, I think you notice that more in like again talking about like the not the newcomers, but like the younger generation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think they set their standards of everything so high that I think they are all almost under the impression that no one ever misses like a meal, or no one ever misses a training session, or
Or
you
sleep,
know
or
or sleep, or everyone's sleep is absolutely perfect. And I have to turn my phone off at 90 minutes pre-bed, and I need the glasses on, and my room is not allowed to have a TV because it's only for sleeping. It's not generally the case. Look at man, and maybe if you look at people now who are getting into it, or 5 years deep, whatever. But Zach put a post up there, or someone, or it might have been Zach or James Watts, I can't remember. It was like, some of you, no matter what you do, you're not going to get there.
mm-hmm.
And then there's other people who will, like, open bodybuilders are probably playing PlayStation until 2 a.m. and going to bed and having a fucking good night's sleep. Not everything is always has to be optimized, you know?
and have the odd loose shit. And have
Yeah.
how many do you get, coach, digestions off today? And I'm like, if this continues for a week and a half, 2 weeks, do something about it. If not, you've got a little bit of a bug, you've undercooked something,
Mm.
or you're a normal human. And we sometimes have poor digestion one day.
Yeah.
Can't tell you why. You might be a bit more stressed. Simple as
Yeah.
like the bodybuilder that's eating 6, 7, 8,000 calories. You listen to Fuad and you listen to Ian. They're like, yeah, we
Bro,
always had some level of, because they were putting that much food in, obviously.
yeah. I was
Right?
literally listening to a podcast today of Ian, and he was like, "Bro, I had loose shits for like 8 years." And he said, and he said, I know. He said, I know it probably wasn't great, and I was probably should have changed something. But he said, look, he was 285 pounds. It's fucking still working. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have,
So
like I said, if you have a bad day of bad digestion, or a day where you have to change like a fucking macro swap or whatever it is, and it's causing that much stress, what happens when it is an actual stressful situation?
exactly. Yeah,
What do
exactly.
you do?
And I think it might have been Joe, Jeffrey. Joe speaks about obviously meditating and stress all the time.
Mm,
But as humans, we actually should be able to do our work and stuff and actually turn off at night. And
mm.
it's almost that we have the same with the dopamine insensitivity now with what we have so fast that we're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
responsive to
yeah.
dopamine. We have that with stress as well. We are so much less capable of dealing with stressful situations than
Mm.
what we used to be. Cavemen, the stress used to be a lion, or
I'm getting chased.
you get chased. You work. I haven't eaten for 5 weeks. I've had 9 newborns die at birth. These things were actual stress.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's like the tiniest thing, like I've had a bit of a loose shit and now I'm going to go into meltdown, or like I can't go on the Smith exercise one, I'm going to have to do a converging press. If you
Mm.
can't deal with such low level stress, then it's literally your adrenals are on overdrive for any big bit of stress. So
Yeah.
stress management is absolutely key to be able to just deal with something. We should be able to deal with shit as humans.
Again, we always talk about it's a game of like continuing to learn
Mm-hmm.
about everything, and that's one thing I've learned even more now is, and to be fair, and I think it's why our 2024 prep was so easy, All
was going to bring this up.
it was straight, and I said this on the podcast I was on the other day. I was like so stress free within my journey. The only thing that caused me stress was everything else around me, as in like Lara was competing, so I was so invested in her journey and her prep. I didn't even remember I was prepping half the time, and I would have like there was no stress,
No.
and it was just like you say, how do you feel? Yeah, I feel good, and I'd be like, yeah, I could do more cardio, but if you don't need me to, I won't. And you're like, oh, have a refit, and I think I can go another 2 days, and we go another 2 days, and then you'd be like, no, no, have a refit now. And it was never like if I said to you, by the way, bro, I'm feeling like I need a refit. It was like, yeah, you probably need one.
Yeah.
And it was never like it was almost like I thought about my process. The morning I would check in,
Yeah.
I would give you my information, and then for the rest of the day, I had a plan. I would just execute it, and I wouldn't even think about it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like perfect throughout.
It was seamless,
it
man.
was seamless, and that was down to just every variable was just brilliant, and it underpins all that was that it was stress free. It was chilled. And I think you will look back. Yeah, I mean that probably not that one, but like people in general, these younger kids and whatnot, they'll do the team prep or the junior prep, and then the next prep will go, fucking hell, I'm not going to do a prep like that again, or I'm not going to act like that again. It's not life or death. Yeah, I'm investing all these weeks and everything into it, but there's maybe a bigger picture and it's not life or death. Then you will just get better and better and better and better. And your coach will get better and better and better and better. Like they will. Like same as coaching, your first preps and when you're young, you will make more frequent changes. You will obsess over 3 days, no scale weight. And then by the time that you've done it so long, like, bro, someone will tell me the weights haven't changed in 3 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, but you see Celtic last night.
Yeah.
It is, man. But I think once you get to that point, right, you realize how much more enjoyable it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, again, I touch upon the 2024 prep, but even now, I think it's the least stressful I've ever been within my journey. And it's, again, I know I'm assistant now, right? But it's the most progress I'm making. It's the most fun I'm having. It's the most, or probably the least it consumes me, but it's the most I've ever done with it.
Yeah, it's like the least it consumes you, but like the most it does in a sense as well. Do you know what I mean? Like
But everything I do is dedicated to bodybuilding, like everything. And I've said this, every single action I make in a day, some of it, or 99% of it is towards a goal.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to do.
It's autopilot, isn't it? It's cruise.
It's autopilot. And there's not, like you said, about macros, like I could go out tomorrow with no meals. And I know don't leave the house without a meal, but I could leave my house tomorrow and eat every single one of my meals out. Like as in like I can make macro changes and I can just adapt to what I'm doing there and then, and it will never ever cause me stress anymore. Because I've been in those situations so frequently that I'm like, I stressed about that in the past. It done nothing. What I done was this. That worked. Now I'm just going to do that every time.
It's done nothing. Stress creates nothing but negativity.
Mm-hmm.
No, never a positive outcome from stressing, is there?
No.
Ever.
Not within bodybuilding. I think you notice it a lot more in prep. And I think that's, well, a lot of first timers going into this year. And, again, and I think the first time shows grow every single year. It's like, if you can really understand what is essential in a prep and what you don't, or the things you actually really don't need to stress about, which is the majority of things, it will make it so much more enjoyable and just like stress free and just like I said, seamless.
Yeah. Yeah. Worry about the ones that actually do matter, not don't stress over the little things. Stress over the big things, make sure they're done. But everything else, I think learning to control stress and how you respond to it is so key.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should end it there, bro. I think it was a really good discussion, to be fair.
I
think people can take a lot of value from that. I really
can. I know everyone says enjoy your prep, but I think just try to keep it stress free. That's all. Like number one, just as stress free as possible. Whatever it looks like to you, do it.
Yeah, and you might not enjoy it. That doesn't mean to say you won't do it again. You might not be super present and enjoy it. Your first show, you might not come away like, oh, I want to do that again. But like you will reflect and look back and go, I actually did love that without realizing. But if you keep stress down and you try and be present, then you will enjoy it a lot more than what you initially thought.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening once again. Please like, share, subscribe and whatnot. And tag us. It was a good one, that. And it was pretty off the cuff as well for us, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, we usually we do come into it with a lower topic. We jumped on the pre-pod discussion, which lasted 30 seconds. We came up with three topics, and then we went on a completely different rant anyway. So,
Wired. Right, I'm going to go train. I've got chest and back.
but enjoy that.
Got a
Chest and back.
torso session.
Oh, torso, yeah. To be fair, you put up your session. Was it yesterday?
Limbs.
Limbs. It looked like a good one. To be fair,
I know you have as well. I was recently inspired because I was doing limbsy torso, but then I was doing like a push pull with it, and I have
Mhm.
switched to kind of doing it all, and I'm really liking it.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I said it's the most fun and progress I've had within my training, and touch wood, injury free. And I know I've only just started, but like the pains I had gone,
yeah.
which is really cool to know.
I don't know about you, but a full leg day really does wipe me. I do see such a diminishing returns at the end. And if I'm splitting it to that much, it's knowing I've got one or two compounds and then an ISO or something really allows me to fully send it.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because do you know what I like? I like the fact that every movement is different. Like you're
Yeah.
not doing like I know it's so stupid, but you're not doing like a pendulum and then maybe a leg press and then maybe like a dumbbell split squat,
Yeah.
which they're not exactly the same, but they're very similar movement
Yeah.
patterns, right? Whereas you might do like a hamstring curl and then a pendulum or like a leg press, whatever you've
Yeah.
got. So you're doing one and then the other, maybe then like a hip press, like a hip thrust, sorry, and then a bit of calves, and you're like, okay, I've hit everything, good intensity, and I'm going to do it again in 3 days' time.
Every exercise different and every exercise has got intent, like
Yeah,
true intent with it. And I think it's brilliant. Same with arms. I'm not bored. I've got arm days, and at the end, even at the start of a push or a pull, my arms aren't as I'm not into it as much as I am. But when I
mm.
put it there with the limb, it's such a great. I mean, I
Do
sound
you?
so gay saying
I
limb.
know,
In
I know.
torso.
That's why I don't call it. That's why I don't call it. I call
God,
it
mate. Limb one, torso one.
do you know what I find as well is I know arms, right? And like we're both trying to bring up our arms, and when I tackle it first, right, I've got all my energy, I'm ready to go. But it also doesn't require a lot of mental stimulation to do right. But then by the time I get to legs and I'd start with an adductor, it almost like I'm 25 minutes into the session and then I get going. Like
Mhm.
now I need that in my head to be like, okay, now I've got an adductor, and then like builds up. I've got an adductor, then like a hip thrust, and then like a hamstring curl, and I'm like, oh, and then the last thing I do is a pendulum squat.
Yeah,
So the hardest thing is at the end, but that's when I'm most prepared for it.
yeah,
And then, like I said, I don't leave the gym absolutely obliterated
yeah. Same.
and not and then I got 2 days on, 1 day off, go again. I do the session every 6 days and it feels great.
Yeah, I'm just not having that day between the final limb and torso at the minute.
You're not, are you?
No, but I think if I do, I'll just do two on, one off, two on, one on, two on, one off, two on, one off, one on, one off.
Yeah.
I just don't need that third torso day, mate. My back and my
Yeah.
chest are my best body parts. They respond like crazy anyway. I need
Yeah.
rather just have that third limb day and then rotate round again.
But you got again, well, we will end it, but you've got the leg press in now as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Has that made a difference? Is it? Yeah, I know, I imagine. I saw Megan's story and she was like, I can't, it feels so nice to have like an actual plate loaded leg press.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how you've got that little private gym and you've got everything, but then you think, I haven't done a leg press, you haven't done like plate loaded leg press in so long.
There's such a different feel of being under the plate load, and it wasn't at the top of my priority. Just because I thought I could get away with the pin loaded leg and hacks, absolutely leg press and hacks,
Yeah, yeah.
it's wonderful. It's just you're always starting at the bottom. You've always got to
Yeah.
push yourself out, and it's always like, and that really winds her up. Uh,
Yeah.
so having that variation, the single leg, the pin loaded leg press is brilliant for single leg, like that's absolutely
Yeah.
locked on. Then you got the hack, and then you got the Cybex 45 degree, which I'm doing either top banded or without a band.
I'm sure because I know you have a lot like what you were having issues with your knees and stuff as well. Because if
Yeah,
you have to start from the bottom all the time, I'm sure that's putting a lot, especially with the amount of weight you're gonna have to shift.
yeah.
Starting from that position is gonna put a lot of strain on your knee
And
as
like to
well.
get enough depth, I've got to pull the pad, the plate on
Mm.
like level one, which is like, you need to be 3 foot tall to squeeze in. So
You're
I'm like
literally
pressing
starting
it
like
as
this.
I'm coming down to try and get in to
Mm.
then have enough knee flexion. So yeah, it's been a game changer. It's my favorite piece in the gym. It is immaculate, bro. It's immaculate.
It does look it.
Oh, for 30 years old, it is like perfect. It's pristine. It's amazing.
Are you gonna get any of those like refurbed or like colored, or are you just gonna leave it all as it is?
Leave it. Well,
Like,
it's all white and grey.
yeah.
And then three of the pieces are green and white, which look
Yeah,
really good together, and then two are like blue and grey, which is so like they all work fine.
it works like.
Yeah, it works. And the new layout's good. New layout's really.
Right. I
It's
will be upset.
full now, bro. It's full.
Is there?
Yeah, I think there's space for one more piece.
Have you got anything in mind, or are you just like,
I think the Strive low to high row.
yeah, bro?
Then again, I want a chest press. Like, I don't know if I want another chest press.
What have you got? You got that flex leverage kind of replica, haven't
The
you?
leverage replica,
You
and
got the
then
Nautilus.
the Nitro, then the
Yeah,
Cybex shoulder press, and the Smith, and the cable. I mean, I don't really need another
you
press.
don't need one,
Like,
but you
the
want one.
Nitro, I do stack to foot. Like, I've got so much load on there.
I was gonna say you're probably like a couple of, well, not a couple of rotations away, but eventually it is gonna go snap.
It's one, yeah, it's either going to snap or it's one of them where I can't put that anywhere but first because it's so heavy in the short that there's
Yeah.
nothing in the length and it's such diminishing returns elsewhere. So I can't
Mm,
pre-exhaust and go on it because then I just can't get it short.
mm,
So it's a bit like I love it and it fits me and suits me so well, but I might have to at some point. I think chest
eventually.
presses are hard to. I find it hard to spend a lot of money on a chest press because they are basic and a bit boring. Where back you've got so many angles and what
Yeah.
I love and
I
legs.
mean, the
With
chest
chest, I'm
press
like,
you can replicate it a lot like just like a cable, can't you?
and a Smith, yeah.
Yeah, the Smith and the cable, like, and that's kind of, it is nice to have a nice converging press, but you don't need it if you can do a fly. If you've got a Smith,
But I thought the
you know.
Echo one's quite nice. Have you been on it?
I've never actually used it, no.
But it's not that nice. But it's
It's not.
nice. And so then I'm like, splashing that on it. When it's just me and it's not the public, I've got to really make sure I love the piece. And I want a new leg extension as well, because that one winds me up.
What have you got? The Cyber? Have you got
Cybex
Cyber?
VR2. I mean, people love it. Like Megan really
Yeah.
likes it. But for me, I'm just like, I really want the Flex one, to be fair.
Yeah.
I really want the Flex one. But
I think that's the big beauty of it. It's like a card game, bro. You just trade it.
yeah,
It's like
just trade pieces in. The
but
belt squat's good. The belt squat's wicked. I love the
yeah,
belt.
I did see that.
Yeah,
You
that's
do
the
the
same as the
RDLs on that as
Rocket one.
well. You do RDLs on that, you said, didn't you?
Yeah, RDL's pair of us.
Does
Yeah,
it feel good?
yeah. Have you never done belt squat RDL? Really,
No.
really good.
I've got a belt squat in my gym, but it's not like a real belt squat. It's like as soon as you load there's no range of motion on it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But it's a plate loader and it's pretty shit. But yeah, man, bro, I think that's the beauty of it. It's like you get a piece and then you go, okay, I'm gonna run its course, and then when it doesn't fit you anymore, you can essentially just look for something else.
I wanted a tricep extension.
What the?
Like the Nitro one's brilliant, to be fair.
Yeah,
Strive one's good. But then I'm
yeah.
like, but it's just a Rapunzel press, isn't it? That I can do
It
on
is.
the
It is.
table.
Yeah, you have to be fair, when you think of it that way, it is. You can find a reason not to buy, as opposed to finding a reason to buy.
Yeah,
But back, I think definitely about back. But back's one of your strengths, so you don't
I
really
know.
need.
I
But
know.
back is so much. When you find a good, like you got the Cybex Eagle, haven't you? When you find a good back, like a machine, it's so good. It's
I was
so
going to buy the
different.
Techno Gym frontal pull down. Can you remember in Mets, the frontal pull down? It's a
Yeah,
joke,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
bro. It's a fucking joke. And I love it. And you can use neutral or that. And it's
yeah.
honestly the best lat pull down one you can buy. It's
Yes.
perfect. But then I was like, but I can just do it on a lat pull down. I'm absolutely fine by doing a frontal pull
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
And so I
Right.
just taught myself out of stuff.
I
Just
get it, though, bro. It's hard, bro. It's like, but then again, yeah.
it's one
But
of
I
when you're
think,
not making money off the money you're spending,
yeah,
you've got to be sure because it's not a couple £100 here and there. Like it's
no,
there's so much money there that I'm like,
yeah.
when it's a gym, you go get a piece because the members are going to love it and they make your money back. Look, for me, it's like, I've got to be sure that I want this specific piece.
I think that's almost like the beauty of having limited space, though.
Yeah, it
You
is.
have to be sure.
Yeah.
You have to be sure. But maybe, like, bro, the only thing I'd say is, but you don't really need it, is like the prime seated row. I know that's like one of the goats of actual back training, but do you need that? Realistically, no.
We've got
But
the
yeah, I think
T-bar and the
prime,
VR2
the T-bar, yeah. Have
and
you
the
have you still
VR2.
got the have you got the nitro? Have you got the pull down?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I've
yeah.
got Smith. I do my bent over rows on my Smith.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't. Do you have a bar? Have you got a barbell?
No, I was thinking of putting a deadlift platform in and a barbell to be able, but I don't deadlift, so it'd only be for rows.
Yeah,
But the
yeah,
Smith, quite like the Smith for the row, to be fair.
yeah. It's
That's
nice.
pretty boxed off. It's just, it's thinking what the other piece to be really.
It's fun though, right? Again, what I'll do is next time I'm on prep, right, I'll just do a training camp. Like, you got all the back pieces I need.
Yeah,
Let's
please.
have a massive back
Just move up for this, move up for the 6 months.
for the whole prep. Yeah, just
Yeah,
sleep in the pose room.
yeah.
Sweet.
Right, let's crack off now. I've got to go train.
Yeah, enjoy, brother.
See you in
Everyone,
a
thank you
bit.
for watching. Peace.
I forgot I'm even on a podcast actually.
That's
Right,
what we
see you,
want,
bro. See you later, guys.
man. Take care. Take care.